So tell me more about best practices and disclosures that if you could be king for a day, what would you want to see implemented at these exchanges to provide more transparency? And you're already king of your own domain, which is the accounting world, but
What I would like to see is some kind of tiered categorization of how a company is actively participating in or with crypto assets.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, as an example, you could have tier one, a company where at its very core, crypto assets are a core function of their business model. Maybe tier two is some kind of threshold limitation, or sorry, threshold limit of how much a company invests. So a very serious investor in crypto assets. Maybe tier three is you're just simply transacting in crypto assets, maybe converting it on the spot, but still accepting and making payments. And then tier four would just be no activity.
Yeah.
And this is very good because it would help investors and the public just to understand immediately what type of company are you when it comes to this space. And that tiered classification, you can take that and then build your financial reporting and disclosure requirements on top of that. It's a very easy framework to build on top of.
Well, that would be a start. What about like iterations on that? Where would you see, like in 10 years, where does this industry need to be?
Yeah, a really great question. I think in 10 years, we're going to have, first of all, I think in 10 years, we're going to have decentralized or at least disintermediation solutions that are powered on blockchain networks, most likely Ethereum, that once they reach a scaled network effect, are going to change the way that we exchange value by orders of magnitude. Similar to how the internet changed the way we communicate and exchange information by orders of magnitude.
Just a quick question on that. So you're saying that the value exchange mechanism. So if we were to take like NASDAQ or Dow for public equity exchange, that is on the back end done by some company, acronym DEC, the acronym for the company that builds the software that actually these exchanges, these markets use to exchange public equities. So you're saying Ethereum would kind of be the rails on which value is exchanged, and that value that's being exchanged could be securities, commodities.
I think it'll be tokenized assets.
Tokenized assets.
Whether physical or digital. Once we have products and solutions built on top of a blockchain platform, and they scale, to reach a number of users who can transact with one another and reduce volatility in the valuation of these assets, you'll be able to take virtually anything, tokenize it, add a value to it, have a market for where people want to transact with one another, and it'll all be based on a blockchain where you realize some pretty significant benefits as far as traceability, accuracy of information, real-time settlement, real-time information reporting, and thus real-time accounting.